Hello, welcome back to Ops Kit. Got something a little bit different right now. Normally I would not have run a review on watch straps, but if you're anything like me, right, you have your favourite watches, right, and sometimes you want to change the straps, right, and I've become a bit of an addict to NATO and Zulu watch straps, right, over the years, right. The only thing that I have found is that some of them that I've bought off of the internet have not really proven to have been particularly good quality. Right now, I came across this supplier right a while ago. Right, you'll find their web address at the end of the review. Right, so I strongly recommend that you do take a close look. Right, not just at the straps, all the other bits and pieces. Right, before I go any further, right, this is not an advert. I'm not connected to this company in any way, shape, or form, other than the fact that I've bought straps from them. Right, now the reason I've put this together is purely and simply because of the quality of these straps. Right, they are manufacturers. Right, they also retail. Right, obviously. Right, you can find them on a well-known auction site. Right, as well as their own website. Right, and it's the quality of these straps. I mean, some of these are more favourites than others, right, and I've had more use than others. But it's just the general attention to detail that really has driven me from just buying the original one to landing up with this collection that you see in front of you. Right, and when you take a good close look at them, I mean, this one has to be one of my favourites. It's the Bond strap, right, because one of the James Bonds had one of these striped straps attached to his Amiga. Right, it's everything about it. Right, the stitching's good. The holes, they're all laser welded. Right, I don't know how clearly you'll see that, but you don't get any fraying around those the buckle holes. You can actually see there where they're laser welded, and it's not rough. So when you actually got it on, it's not like it's grating away at your wrist. The ends of the straps, again, right, I mean, this gets a lot of use, right, and it's laser sealed, and it's been absolutely fine. Right, the metalwork, these are the 5-ring Zulu straps that I prefer. Right, the metalwork, it's stainless steel, but then they've PVD coated it. I think it is PVD coating. Right, it certainly feels like it, but it's not even managed to scratch. You know, I mean, for those of you not familiar with a Zulu or a NATO strap, they change very, very easily. Right, you can just literally just slide that out, right, and then replace it with, let's have an orange one on there. Right, you can just very, very easily chop and change. This is why I like them, right? It just changes the whole mood of the watch and the mood of the wearer. Right, my wife says if I've got a brighter colour watch strap, I'm a happier person. I think she's wrong, but then women normally are. So I won't go there. But you know, I mean, straight away there's a completely different look to that watch, right, from start to finish. There's various versions of these straps. These are my ones. There are more available. Right, starting at this end, right, the first 3 that you see, right, they're straightforward stainless steel, right, metalwork fittings. Then we move on to the PVD coated ones. Right, we've got the Bond strap there. Right, let's move this one out of the way for a second. Right, then the plain black, which is another favourite of mine, and then there's another version of the Bond strap there, which I do like. It's green, black and red stripes. Right, I don't know how well you can see that. Right, then we move over to this one, and this one's more of a conventional strap. Right, so you can actually position this right on the watch and have the buckle maybe in the middle of your wrist here, if that's where you want it. With the Zulu straps, they tend to be more round on the edge of your wrist here. Sorry, but this one allows for the position of the watch to be exactly where you want it. These two over on the end here are the NATO straps. Right, they are a little bit lighter weight in the metalwork department. Right, but this one's a polished stainless steel metalwork on there. And again, you just got the single loop either side of the watch. Right, together with the polished buckle on the end. Right, and this one is a plain black with the black PVD coating on the metalwork. Length of the straps, they're all pretty much the same length. They do vary a little bit, right? I mean, they're all, this one's 28 centimetres, right? This black one, right? Let's find one of the shortest ones. I mean, they do vary a little. I won't choose one that's on the watch because that'll actually shorten it a little bit, right? And this plain green one, 27.5. Right, so they vary a little bit from millimetre by millimetre, right, strap to strap, that's what I meant to say. In addition to straps, right, one thing I get very paranoid about watch pins, right, they sell these as well, they're as cheap as chips, right, I just tend to keep, right, a couple of sets spare, just in case I break one or lose one, I can always get it replaced, much easier than taking a trip up to the high street, right, going into the jewellers, paying them I don't know how much, right, and away you go. But the other little thing, now this little gadget is worth its weight in gold, and I love it to death, right. It's a pin tool, a watch pin tool, right. This end, I don't know how clearly you'll see it, but it's got a little V in the end of it, right, there you go, that's better, right. And on the other end you've got a pin, and there's a millimetre scale in the centre there, so you can actually measure the width of the lugs on your watch. Right, now this is worth its weight in gold. Right, I always used to use a pen knife, right, to just nip in, right, to get the pins out of the watch. End up scratching watches. I've not managed, I shouldn't say this, I'm touching wood while I'm saying this, right, I've not managed to scratch a watch using this, right, and it's really, really good. Right, one other very important thing with these straps, these are all 24mm width, right. I seem to remember from their website, I should have actually checked this, but I'm sure you'll be able to see this if you're going to go in that direction. I'm sure they come in 20, 22 and 24mm, right, widths, right. And I say there's lots of other different designs, right, colour schemes and so forth, so, right, I say this is just my collection, this is what I like, this is what I use, right. If there's things here that you think, well, I prefer it in a pink with blue spots, right, go and have a look, right, they might do it, I don't know, right. I found the company as a supplier very reliable. You order, it arrives when they say so, you know, they tell you when it'll be with you, and it is, right. So, you know, I mean, I've got no qualms at all. If I had a problem with them, I wouldn't be making this video now. Anybody got any questions, please drop me a line, right. If I don't know the answers, I'm sure I'll find somebody that does, right. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel for other reviews that are coming along, right. And goodbye. Thank you.